This is our destination today. It's a waterfall in the Superstition Mountains. It's a hidden waterfall. There's no trail into this waterfall. We just came up this canyon and basically dead-ended at this waterfall. Enjoy yourselves as you hike this canyon in the Superstition Mountains. I took pictures of these first few landmarks after the hike because the pictures were so beautiful with the new snow. You'll probably recognize the other landmarks as we pass them on the way into our trailhead. Welcome to Hidden Gems of Nature. We're on the northern slope of the Superstition Mountains this morning. We're hiking right at first light. Join us as we explore and discover the hidden gems in the Superstition Mountains. We'll pull off here to park and start our hike. Welcome to Hidden Gems of Nature. We're in the parking lot of our trail today. This isn't really a trailhead parking lot, it's actually a commercial parking lot. So, great place to get a bite of lunch after your hike. We're hiking up on the northern slope of the Superstition Mountains. Join us as we explore and discover some of the hidden gems on this trail in the Superstition Mountains. Again, it's not much of a trailhead, so you're just kind of picking your way across the face of this ridge parallel to the creek bottom below us. This creek bed. This is an intermittent trail, so Ted's kind of standing on an intermittent trail that's not maintained by any Forest Service. The trail is a little clearer here, and there's a large cairn down there on the saddle that helps out. A little icy this morning. We had a rainstorm go through. I don't know if you can see the ice droplets on this Palo Verde tree, but all those little droplets are ice. As we're coming down the trail, Ted noticed a little bit of snow down here, so guess got a little more than rain back here last night. On closer examination, we realized it's hail. So there must have been quite a hailstorm that went through here last night. So we just dropped down into the bottom. We left there's a small cairn here that'll kind of denote how you climb up out of the wash bottom to get back onto the trail. We've only been hiking about a quarter mile, half mile. As you can see, a little bit of ice this morning. So we're down in the wash, and the good news is there's not a lot of water down here in the wash, so the narrow sections that we hike through today should be dry and relatively passable, even though it'll be tough enough going through the boulders, but we won't have a lot of pools of water to worry about. The bad news is our destination's a waterfall. So we may not have a waterfall. We'll see. Again, there was a storm last night and a storm earlier this week, so hopefully there'll be something coming down the waterfall. 4 years ago, I went on this hike, and it was a little wetter down here in the wash, as you can see by this overlay picture. As you're walking down the canyon, here on River Right, you don't see anything, but as you look around this corner where Ted's hiking, you actually come to an arch. It's kind of a cool little arch. Ted's just going through it. I'll walk through it too so you can see a little better. This is the back side of the arch, and this is where you turn out of the main canyon and head up the side canyon and side wash to this narrow section to my left. It's a good landmark to see where you turn. Spot that you just went on.
Well, when you started off with only one hand, okay, what, do you climb up this way, or through there, or up there?
Oh, none of them are very good choices either.
Let's go around this corner, see what that looks like. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm up.
That's the way to go.
There you go. That's the hardest part.
Yeah. Which Once you get past that lip, you're okay.
Yeah.
There's probably 3 or 4 other ways we can do this, but
Yeah, like I said, that's one way.
this way worked. There's nothing over there to the right?
No, we gotta go through the hole here.
All right, I think I went through this hole once before. I think it's a dead end.
Thanks for telling me that as I'm going through it.
Dead end?
Yeah, pretty much.
So Ted found this hole, and we'll crawl up this hole and through on river left. Oh, this isn't as bad at all, is it?
Yeah.
Good grips too. Gotta like that.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Tons better than that last place. Made it through the narrows. You can see behind me Ted's just coming out of the mouth of the narrow section. I'll take a quick back shot of the narrows so you can see what it was like. We ended up going mostly up river left, which was boulder hopping. You can actually do about half of it on river right, just bushwhacking. Take your pick, bushwhacking, bouldering, either way. Last time I came up this canyon was about 4 years ago. And again, what Ted's hiking through was all full of water. And we had to climb around it here on river right. So the good news is we get a hike on dry ground. The bad news is we might not have a waterfall. Although we've got a little stream flowing right here, so our hopes are getting a little higher that there may be something flowing over the falls. We've come out of the canyon, and as soon as it opens up, there's a number of pinnacles on river right and a number of other rock formations kind of out of the canyon, the narrows. You're in kind of a half pipe, kind of pretty, a lot of water pools as you come through. Water bugs, amphibians, frogs, whatever. Kind of pretty. There on the opposite, it's a little lean-to, arch, peephole, whatever you want to call it. It's not a true arch, but it is a window. So we've come up out of the narrows. We're probably 1.5 miles into the hike, have about another mile to go before we get to the waterfall. As I pan behind me, you can see we're kind of in a half pipe. It's kind of a pretty little section up here after you get through the narrows, lots of pools of water. Even on dry years, there's been pools in these cracks up here. I've been up here several times, so it's a pretty little hike. Favorite rock formations. I think it's pretty cool. This is a cool little formation of octopus arms with a what looks like a little beak or eye there at the end. Kind of cool. The point that is right there is where we'll hang a right and look for the waterfall. So we're to an arrow section, and I'll pan around so you can see it a little bit. You can see the cliffs up around us. As soon as we circle around this narrow section, we should come pretty close to a waterfall, and that's our destination today. We saw quite a bit of cat sign up the canyon, bobcats, lions, etc., and even some bear scat. So we're at another narrow section of the canyon, very narrow section. No giant boulders, but some interesting little slots, hollowed out caves right here. And a cave right here. I think we'll go up and explore and discover that cave. Looks like there's a little moisture in the cave. A little grotto.
Not much moisture.
Nope. Nice little campground over here. Somebody's had a fire. This is an interesting cliff face. You see a lot of black rock from waterfalls and seep, but this doesn't look like black rock with a waterfall and seep. It looks like a flow of tar. Really interesting looking. Never seen anything like that. Goes quite a ways up. This is our back canyon. You can see a few more erosion caves up on the walls of the canyon, but I'll pan around the canyon so you can see how deep we are, how narrow it is in this section. Sun's just starting to come over the canyon walls. Although it's probably 2 hours after sunrise, it's just barely peeking into this canyon because it's so steep and narrow. This little point here, there's a little erosion cave. In fact, we didn't even see the cave till we'd gotten to the waterfall and we're on our way back down. But little erosion cave in here. I'll take a quick video of it. Here, Ted's standing at the entrance, and there's looks like it's flooded a few times and left a nice layer of mud in here. Somebody's used a fire and made the remnants of a chair, a little place to camp. Come up around this corner. This is where the waterfall is, right behind these two willow trees. Pretty little corner here. I'll climb up a little higher so you can see the waterfall. Ted's going down the way we came up. He's going to try river left and see if there's any kind of a way to get around, but I'm not sure there's a way to get around. And this is the pool just below the waterfall. And there's the waterfall. Got a little bit of flow going on it. It's kind of a pretty little waterfall. I like that. Lots of hidden gems in these mountains. So we reached our destination. It's really a pretty little waterfall up here. And down in the pool below it, there's a little sandbank and a couple of willow trees. It's really a pretty little view. We'll stop here and have a little snack and then head back out. There's also a couple of caves along the trail. Enjoy the caves as you come in. But it's a beautiful little canyon with lots of little spires, unique rock formations, just like a lot of the beautiful canyons here in the Superstition Mountains. Enjoy yourself as you explore and discover all the gems on this hike in the Superstition Mountains.